Hi, it's Becca from Families and Babies, and this video is all about nappies. Nappies are a really great indication of milk transfer because what goes into baby must come out. I'd really like you to pause the video in a second and just write down what you expect baby to do. So have a think about how many wet nappies and dirty nappies you'd expect in a 24-hour period for a 1 to 2 day old, 3 to 4 day old, 5 to 6 day old, and 7 to 28 day old baby. Right, now you've done that, let's have a look at the answers. So for a 1 to 2 day old baby, in a 24-hour period, we would expect to see 1 to 2 wet nappies. Now, these may have urates in them, which look a little bit like brick dust in the nappy. This is totally normal at this stage, though if it goes over 1 to 2 days, we would suggest giving your midwife a call. For dirty nappies, we're going to be looking for at least one really thick, tar-like nappy called meconium. This can be quite difficult to wipe off, but a little bit of cotton wool and water usually works wonders. For a 3 or 4 day old baby in 24 hours, we're going to be wanting 3 or more wet nappies. These are going to be heavier than what they were before, and we're going to be looking for at least 2 poos that might be green, they might be brown, they might be a little bit orangey, and these are transitioning, so you're going from that really dark meconium poo heading towards a normal breastfed baby poo. On day 5 to 6, we're going to be wanting 5 or more heavier than before wet nappies. And we're going to be looking for at least 2 dirty nappies that should now be yellow in colour. Now, breastfed baby poo can be quite watery, and this is normal. It can also be a little bit slimy or goopy, and again, all totally within the range of normal. They don't have to be this size, but breast milk is a laxative, so it can be normal for some babies to poo at every feed. At 7 to 28 days old, we're going to be looking for at least 6 wet nappies that are heavy, just like they were before. We're also going to want at least 2 poos. Now, these poos should be yellow. They might be a little bit seedy, and they should be at least this big, so around the size of a £2 coin. So you might be wondering, what is a heavy nappy? So from that 5-day mark, we talk about baby having a nappy that's heavier than before and is now heavy and wet. All that means is that baby is producing at least 2 to 4 tablespoons of urine. And that looks a little bit like this. So this is 3 tablespoons. So to summarise, nappy output is a great indication of milk transfer. A wet nappy is 2 to 4 tablespoons of wee. We would expect babies to have, at 1 to 2 days old, 1 to 2 wet nappies. Urates may be present. If they're present after this time, do speak to your midwife or health visitor. And at least 1 dark poo called meconium, which can be quite tar-like. At 3 to 4 days old, over 24 hours, we would expect 3 or more heavier wet nappies, and at least 2 brown, green, orangey nappies which are transitioning in colour. At 5 to 6 days old, we'd want 5 or more wet nappies, which again should be heavier than before, and at least 2 dirty nappies, which should be yellow and maybe quite watery. By 7 to 28 days, we'll want 6 or more wet nappies, 2 or more yellow dirty nappies that are at least the size of a £2 coin, and these can be seedy in consistency. That's everything on nappy output, and we'll see you on the next video.